Hello, welcome to the stream. We are checking out Children of Morta here. It just got added to Xbox Game Pass. That's on both PC and Xbox, and I guess it's cross-save too, so that's pretty cool if you want to go back and forth between the two versions. Yeah, I took a look at this game back when it came out on just PC, on just Steam, and it's really good. I'm glad they finally brought it over to consoles because I think it's a really good roguelike, really good kind of Diablo loot kind of thing, RPG-ish kind of stuff going on, and it looks so good. Like this is like your manor. You play as this family called the Bergsons, and you're essentially tasked with defeating this ancient evil that's sprung loose and covered the land, and it's like this dark evil goop and corrupted animals and stuff like that. And you and your family need to kind of go into these dungeons and defeat these monsters and fight back the evil that's taking over the land. But it just looks so dang good. This pixel art, these you don't even go to these planets or anything, but they're there, and there's all these cutscenes. Like every time you die basically in a dungeon, you are rewarded with a cutscene, and it just kind of fills in some of the personal stuff going on with the Bergsons and their lives and stuff like that, and it's all done really good. The narrator is excellent, and yeah, so let's get in here. I just started this on Xbox. I got pretty far into the PC version, but I just started on Xbox, and kind of going into the first dungeon here. And basically you start off with two heroes. You have John, which is the father of the family, and you have Linda, who is the eldest daughter. John's a basic warrior class. He's got a sword and a shield, and Linda's an archer. And as you can see, you'll unlock more characters as you go. They unlock at certain, I don't really know what the set points are. They just kind of unlock as you progress through the game. And then so I'm just gonna choose John, and so we got some tutorial stuff going on here, and then every character has a skill tree. And basic RPG, you gain experience by killing enemies, and then you can use the experience to unlock skills. You gain experience points. Right now I've only got the one, which is his special attack, which is like he drops these swords down from the sky, which is really cool. And yeah, eventually we'll unlock some more, but right now this is all we got. Yeah, so we'll just start it up.
A celestial shard, chipped directly from the ancient crystal in the sanctuary. It would be the Bergsons' lifeline, a tether to pull them back home before death's fateful whisper.
Yeah, there's mysticism going on about they don't, you die in the dungeons, but you don't actually die. You just kind of get warped out of the dungeon, and there's magic stuff going on, basically, is what the explanation is. But yeah, I mean, it works within the lore of the game. Yeah, so this is most of where you're going to be spending the game, walking around dungeons. And the first one's this kind of dank cave with these skeletons. So what I really like about the combat in this game is actually that you can do button mashing with with like the X button that swings the sword, but it also plays as a dual stick shooter even with the melee classes. So like I'm using my analogs, my right analog stick right now to swing the sword, and I can just, ooh, that's a trap. I can just kind of swing it any direction I want. I also think he swings faster when I do it this way, so it's a pretty cool way to play the game actually. So there's traps like this will suck me towards it. I don't think it'll actually hurt me, but it kind of makes it more difficult for me to escape enemies. And then that is like an exploding thing, which when it's hit can kill you and it can kill enemies. And there are also other traps too that maybe we'll find as we go along here. Oh, like those spikes. Boy. Nope. All right. So that's a cool level up animation. So let's see what we can unlock. Shield of Thorns. Melee attackers take damage when blocked by John's shield. That's pretty cool. And some of these you can like level up to like higher levels. So like if I had 2 experience points, I could increase this Heaven's Strike ability down from up from 150% damage to 200% damage. But we'll do this. Even though I don't really use the block too much. I should probably. Especially now that it causes damage to enemies. And the map up there is pretty useful. It's like the dungeons are floor based, so like you'll want to, once you clear out a dungeon, you'll want to go back and see if you can go back and get chests you missed or pickups you missed. So there's this thing, this is a chest that needs a gem, and I haven't got a gem yet on this dungeon, so we can't open that right now. But if I do get one before I go to the next level, I might be able to come back here and open that up, see what's inside of it. So it's really cool, and hopefully we'll get to one soon, are the relics and things you pick up per run, which give you really cool abilities that are only with you for this run. They I gotta remember to keep using my sword attack, my secondary attack here. It's really good at crowd control. Yeah, these artifacts you pick up are really great, really powerful, but they only, once you die, you lose them. You don't. They're run based, so it's kind of at chance which ones you pick up on each run. Sometimes you get a good run and you get some really cool artifacts. Other times you're like, man, I wish I had that one that did double damage or something like that. But that's kind of the luck of the draw. That's where a lot of the rogue like elements come in. Yeah, I think like even like this with the lighting and everything, I think this all looks beautiful. There are definitely a good variety of zones in the game. Tonight we'll probably only see this area, these spider caves, but yeah, remember there's like a desert city you go to. I forget what the second zone is. The desert city is the third area. Oh, I'm almost dead. Holy crap. Come on. I'm not noticing how much damage I'm taking. Oh, yeah, there. Okay, so I just got one of the gems that I was talking about before. The game is usually pretty generous with the health drops. It hasn't been particularly on this run, but hopefully we'll find something soon. Or we'll just die and we'll start and we'll do a different run. Oh boy. Come on, health. No. So you do recover a little bit of health when you're down to 0 over time. Oh, all right.
Began to slip
One of those
away,
explosion
wondering if
traps.
This was death.
So you get warped out, and then you get your stats. How good you did. And the morve, which is gold, is something you keep. You don't lose those upon death. You bring that back and you use it to upgrade your abilities back at your home.
They gasped for air as the celestial shard brought them back. A sensation no hero could become accustomed to.
So yeah, that's just a little explanation as to
As
why
she
you
heard
survive
John
after you
and
die.
Linda describe their foray, thoughts rushed through Margaret's head. The corruption had amplified the creature's wickedness, and no longer were they part of the harmony of the Rhea. With the new threats looming, Margaret asked Ben to prepare his workshop. He would have to take charge of enhancing the warrior family's weapons and armor.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool that they give roles to each of the family members. Like Uncle Ben, he is the blacksmith, so he's going to
Uncle Ben
upgrade
reached
your
out
weapons.
To the familiar warmth of the forge. If they were to reach the top of Mount Morta, their equipment would need to be of the highest quality.
That's what you use the gold that you collect in the dungeons for. So we'll just increase our armor, which basically just means our health goes up. And these are all of the characters get this bonus. This isn't like specific to each character. And then there's another Book of Rhea that you unlock later on that gives you other things you can upgrade. And you can kind of look around the house here, go into people's rooms. Sometimes they'll have little things say, like Linda's playing the violin there. And then I don't know who that is. I think it's that's your little daughter. She ends up being a fire mage, which is pretty badass. I like to see the blue light that Linda sees. I wish Grandma would give me blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that's go to the library, which is kind of like your, well, it says right there, it's your codex, so you can check out all the enemies you've encountered. I'll check out the other class, the Linda, see how that plays. I'm not, the ranger classes, I'm a little iffy on, just because when you attack you don't move, and solo play can get a little dicey with the only having ranged attacks and not being able to move. You'll get overwhelmed. Maybe we'll see that here, maybe we won't. But I do think that even though it's, you know, not as easy, let's say, using your bow, Linda takes out your enemies from a distance. You can use the right stick to aim. She uses stamina 2 to shoot while moving. Okay, so, all right, so she uses stamina. So you can move a little bit. I think it's your younger daughter, that's the fire mage, that she can't move at all when she's casting her spells, and that gets a little, like I said, a little dicey when you start getting overwhelmed by enemies. There's one character, I think it's the eldest brother. He's like a kung fu melee fighter, and he's really cool. He attacks super fast. So you can see I can just get like totally overwhelmed because I'm not doing a whole lot of damage with this bow, and there's a lot of enemies that are coming at me. So you got to be kind of on the spot with the dodging and keeping track of where enemies are coming at you from. Ooh. So I'll say that a lot of these characters get a lot more fun to play as you level them up. John, the warrior, is, you know, kind of cool from the beginning, but these other characters really start to shine, let's say, when you start to unlock some of their later abilities. Let's see what we're gonna unlock here. So harmonize decreases the stamina limits consumed while moving, and loose an arrow toward skyward to fall upon Linda's enemies with explosive force. That's what we're gonna do. So this is gonna give us a special attack, kind of a area of effect attack. Get out of here. Dang spiders. There's co-op in this game too. I don't know. When it first came out, you could only do local on PC. I don't know. I think they said that they were going to work on doing online multiplayer. I don't know if that's in this version. They were able to get that in. But there is definitely local co-op. And you can see how cool this would be local with any kind of co-op with different classes and stuff. Like somebody could be taking shots from afar as the rogue, and then somebody could be going in as the warrior and, you know, soaking up the damage and getting the criticals and stuff. Ooh. Hey, we go. Alright, let's unlock this thing. And I can move around a little bit more. It doesn't deplete my stamina as much. And like that's the cool thing too, is like each class stamina means something different to each class. Like she loses it when she walks around shooting her bow. John, the warrior, loses it when he's taking hits while blocking. They all have a different use for stamina. So they all play like a lot different than each other. Ooh, what's this? Health potion charm. Restore a portion of your maximum health. Okay, so that's a charm. There are like 3 or 4 different kinds of pickups that you can get. So this is a consumable, and this particular one will just refill my health. Which is pretty cool. There are other ones that like there's ones that'll make you run faster. There's ones that'll give you a shield. Ones that'll, I think there's like cure poison or stuff like that. You found the finish room portal. Okay, so this is the end of the level. There's always one of these at the end of a level, which is a divine relic. Ember Embrace creates that slows damage. So this, if enemies walk through that, they'll slow down, which is pretty cool. But it's got a pretty long cooldown. So before I get out of here, I'm going to check and make sure I didn't miss anything. So you see up there, there's a chest I can open, and then there's actually another path that might have something down it. So might as well check that out before we move to the next area. And there's all sorts of these relics that, like the thing I just picked up, there's ones that just do straight damage. There's like an electric shield that any enemy that attacks you while you have the shield active just gets decimated. Ooh, wow, look at this. What is this? Divine Grace. A ranged companion that fights by your side. Alright. Oh, look at this. This dude's coming along with me. Awesome. Ooh.
4 steps.
Oh boy.
Taken
Okay.
in the correct order.
So yeah, this is one of several different kinds of puzzles in the game. Basically, you step on that and hope you get them in the right order, and you probably don't. And if you don't, you have to fight bad guys. I'm not doing very good. But at least these guys are a little bit easier than the other dudes. Also counts combos down in the bottom. There are certain things. Okay, so that was good. Okay, all right. Hey, whoa, we got lucky on that one. And now we'll get something special here. All right, some health and some money. Not too bad. There'll be all sorts of different things in the little zones like that, little puzzle rooms. Some of them are like strictly combat focused, like you'll just have to fight waves of enemies and then you'll get something. Or there's a ancient futuristic Pong game that you play. It's pretty. They get pretty clever with it. So we'll go to the next floor.
The halls of Anea Daya, so mesmerizing in their magnificence, were to be found at the end of a long road. And a hero never knows what is awaiting them at the end of a road. Moving is more important than reaching.
Of course, each level you get, it gets more difficult, so I don't know how long I'll survive here. Whoa. I do like my little dude following me around though. Oops, poison. Oh god, a yellow guy. Those guys get tough. So ranged character actually pretty darn good at those fat spiders, because the fat spiders tend to keep their distance from you anyway. So being able to take them out from afar is very useful. Money! Give me that money! Oh. Ow. Yellow door up there. What are we doing? Ooh. Blade Slinger. A melee companion that fights by your side. Is that replaced? Oh, I got two now? Oh, man. That was a pretty good run.
What strange thing could have dragged Grandmother this far. The will of Rhea will flow in those still obelisks to aid the Guardians. This was the only thing Margaret silently whispered.
Yes, those obelisks, they give you a temporary buff. Like this one just made me run faster. Some of them will have armor or extra hit points. They also repopulate. So like, if I go back there later, I'll be able to reuse it. I think like the fast one is really just to get you around the dungeons quicker. Hold on. What was that? Gain the effect of a random obelisk of Morta. Okay. I will say that it is sometimes difficult to remember what's a charm, what's an artifact, what's a relic. The names don't necessarily help with trying to know whether or not you're swapping something out that you don't want to swap out. Stuff like that. Alright, so I need to upgrade one of these more. I think I'll go with this. Oh, I need 2. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to use that one. Ah. What is this? Receive more experience for a limited duration. Nice. That sounds pretty good to me. Nope. Is there anything else over here? Oh, yep, there's a whole nother room. Boy, I don't think I'm ready for that. I think that's gonna be like a combat room, which I am almost dead. Maybe we'll check it out anyway. Now, what's this? Instantly heals. Oh. Alright. That's nice. Alright, let's see what this is all about.
Not all in the caves were refugees. Some were just traveling merchants stuck in a bind.
Oh, okay, so this is actually a story. Random story event. So if I do this, this merchant will then show up in certain parts of the dungeons. A lot of his stuff's pretty expensive, but sometimes it'll get you through a real bind. Wow.
The strange-looking shopkeep dusted off his clothes, tipped his hat. He invited them to stop by his shop later, promising something for all adventuring needs.
Nice. Tonic can return to maximum health at the start of a new floor. Nice. This is actually a really good run. I might even get to the boss. Oh, is this the boss? This might be the boss. Oh, this is the boss. This boss is tough, but I don't know. I'm doing pretty good, so I say my chances are pretty good. Yeah, so each area has a dungeon boss, and it's always the same. So this is gonna be like a spider queen. Might be two spiders, two like big mean spiders.
All 8 eyes studied
Yeah,
the one who's so willing to walk into their own tomb.
One big evil spider who jumps around and is a pain to kill. He summons. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. He does this thing too. Oh my god. Not the class for this. Yeah. Nope. That was not gonna happen. But still a very, very good run. Considering that was the first run with that character. But yeah. That's kind of it. That's the loop of the game. Like I said, you unlock new areas as you progress. There's like 3 stages of each
Kevin's need to help
area.
all began when his elder brother Mark left the house. His brother was strong, making any near him feel safe. But he left Kevin. Though Uncle Ben knew what his nephew needed, a focal point for his aspirations.
Yeah, so you, like I said, every time you die, basically, you get one of these little story snippets. The
mysteries of the world were like open books to the wise, and words from the wise shall benefit man and beast.
So these are very expensive upgrades. Obelisk Remembrance increases the efficiency, so those, like that, that double XP I picked up and that speed boost, this would increase the strength of those. in the dungeons. So I'm not gonna do this right now. Like I said, they're very expensive, and I prefer to focus a little bit on these things because they really help you out. And yeah, basically everyone, all the other characters are family members that you unlock. So eventually that little vignette we got on Kevin, he's going to join the fight. Then the older son returns and all this stuff, and you get, like I said, you get a little bit of that look into the family and unlocking stuff every time you die in the dungeons, which for me kind of is like a little bit of a motivation. Like you're not really losing when you die. It's more like you're unlocking a new cutscene, or you're unlocking a new character. You're unlocking the chance to upgrade and just get stronger. And you're also learning like how to better manage the enemies and stuff like that. So I just think it's a really good game. It looks really good. It plays really good here on Xbox. It's on PC and PlayStation as well. I think it's on Switch. It would be a really good Switch game in handheld mode. But yeah, on Game Pass now too. So if you have Game Pass, you can just start playing this game. Yeah, that's about it. That's a Children of Morta. So recommendation. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time.